Keeping up with kids' social media use can be challenging because there's always something new coming around the corner. Just when you've got a handle on one platform, your kids have moved on to the next latest thing. But you don't have to worry about learning how to use all of them yourself. Instead, focus on understanding how your kids are using them, and if there's a new service they want to sign up for, what you need to talk about before they do. To get an idea of how important social media are in your kids' lives, think way back to how important the telephone was for us when we were teens. Social media plays the same role, but with a lot more advantages. Beyond being a great way to communicate, you can also explore different identities and show the world who you are. Sometimes it may seem like your kids want to join a new social network every day, because of course, all their friends are already on it. So how do you decide when to say yes and when to say no? The first step is to see if the social network your kids want to join has an online safety center. These centers can be really helpful because they clearly outline the site's safety and privacy features and the rules members are expected to follow. Reviewing a platform's safety center is also a good idea because there can be big differences in how social networks encourage users to connect. For example, some platforms are private by default, which means that people can't see what you post unless you approve them as contacts. Kids can use private by default networks like Facebook to keep in touch with friends and family. Others are public by default. Instagram and Twitter are examples, which means that anyone can see what you post unless you specifically say otherwise. But even private networks encourage you to share your posts as widely as possible, and public networks have tools that let you control who sees what you post. Here are some basic ground rules to discuss before letting your kids sign up for a social network. Rule number 1. Check the age requirement on the site. Most social networks say that you have to be at least 13 to join. There is a reason this age was chosen. Kids under 13 still have a lot to learn about life. They're pretty vulnerable when it comes to their relationships with friends, their body image, and gender identity, which can be negatively affected by the intense environment that is often a part of social media. Also, if your kids pretend to be older in order to sign up, they could be exposed to inappropriate content, like ads for adult-oriented products. Rule number 2. When setting up a profile, only give out the information that you have to. Social network companies want as much data as they can get, so they may prompt you that your profile isn't complete. Marketers need data to help build your profile, which they then use to decide what ads you'll see. All you need to give is the information that's mandatory, usually marked with an asterisk. It doesn't really matter what username you choose, so long as your friends can find you. Some networks expect you to use your real name, and others allow a pseudonym, but there's no evidence that either choice is any safer. Rule number 3. Pick a secure password. This is something all of us need to learn. Any guesses on the top 2 passwords in 2014? If you said 123456 and password, you're on your way to becoming a champion hacker. Of course, the most important tip is to never share passwords with anyone outside the family. Because older kids are more likely to do this, talk to your teens about not sharing passwords with friends. And our final tip is to remember to log out when you're done. Many kids whose accounts have been hacked simply left their accounts logged in. Identity theft is a real issue. Ask your kids, how would you feel if a stranger took your identity and started messaging your friends and family? This video was created by MediaSmarts with financial support from Bell.